Well, Professor, please, uh, Professor Father Umberto, uh, please can you introduce us teaching rhetoric? Well, thank you. The coffee was really nice. Was very interesting to meet all the people to the bar. I like English people because they also are very socialized. I'm sorry for my accent, even if I was born here in London. But the influence of my parents during the time I was journey, I was living in London, it has been so strong that I still have my accent. Please, Professor. During the years 373 and 374, you can play also on the lotto, giocare I numeri 373 o 37,4. Professore, ma in London there's another kind of edge. You can play a bingo, that's, please. Augustine taught grammar at the cast. The following year he moved to Carthage to conduct a school of rhetoric and would remain there for the next 9 years. Disturbed by the unruly behavior of the students in Carthage, who volevano sempre buttare un cassino o gesso, no? The shock of they threw him over libri Aristotele, no? Su tirare una re da capo. In 383 he moved to establish a school in Rome where he believed that the best and the brightest rhetoricians practice. However, Augustine was disappointed with the Roman schools where he was met with apathy. Che si era preso il professore, what did he? No, nothing, I just was thinking. Once the time came for his students to pay their fees, they simply fled. Manichean's friends introduced him to the prefect of the city of Rome, Symmachus. Ma quando non sim? Noi Symmachus, Agostino, Agostino, he said, okay, I can move. Who had been asked to provide a professor of rhetoric for the imperial court at Milan. Stavo pure la Mediaset. Professore, please, let's stay on the same period. Don't make time transfer. I try to make a conjunction with the period that we are living now. Well, Professor, we can do that maybe later, but please stay on the teaching rhetoric. Augustine won the job, and he headed north to take up his position in late 384 sulla Roda di Napoli. You can play 3 and 84. At the age of 30, he had won the most visible academic position in the Latin world at the time when such posts gave ready access to political careers. During this period, although Augustine showed some fervor for Manichaeism, he was never an initiate or elect, but remained an auditor, che stava a sentire che the lowest level in the sex hierarchy. While still at Carthage, he had begun to move away from Manichaeism, in part because of disappointing meeting with the Manichaean bishop Faustus Somilev. Si era appiccicato, di fatto, a key exponent of Manichaean theology. In Rome is reported to have completely turned away from Manichaeism, instead embraced the skepticism of new academic movement. At Milan, his mother, he called him and he said, "Adio, come stai? How are you?" Say, "How see? Amma, il Faustus, deve sempre rich. He takes me always from him." The mother, Monica, era Bourbon, say, "Non ti preoccupare, mo begin." Professor, what means mo begin? Mo begin, it's not mo begin our music, no, it's like I will do it, I will check it out. At Milan, his mother pressured him to become a Christian. Noi, Augustine non studied Neoplatonism, were also leading him in this direction. And his friend Simplicianus urged him that way as well, but it was the bishop of Milan, Ambrose, who had the most influence over Augustine. Like Augustine, Ambrose was a master of rhetoric, but older and more experienced. Augustine's mother said followed it to Milan, and he allowed her to arrange a marriage, for which she abandoned his concubine. It is believed that Augustine truly loved the woman he had lived for so long, and he was deeply hurt by ending this relationship. In fact, there is evidence that Augustine may consider this relationship with the concubine to be equivalent to marriage, though not legally recognized as such. In his confession, he admitted that the experience eventually produced decreased sensitivity to pain over time. He had to wait 2 years until his fiancée came of age, and he soon took another concubine. Augustine eventually broke off his engagement of his 11-year-old fiancée, la lasciò e se ne andò to bar. But he went to the bar. But he never renewed this relationship with other of his concubines, and they went to take 2 martini on the rocks. Professor, please. Alypius of Dagas steered Augustine away from a marriage, saying that they could not live a life together in the love of wisdom if he married. Of course, the martini on the rocks with olive, or green olive. Professor, please. Augustine looked back years later on life at Cassiciasum, a villa outside of Milan where he gathered with his followers and described his Christian vita otium, the Christian life of leisure. Augustine had been awarded the job of professor of rhetoric in Milan. A un certo punto stanno dicendo, forse è che scucciamento sta cosa, di retorico. Certo Augustine non preoccupava, At the time he was living at Cassiciasum around 383 e voi potete pure giocare a posizione Napoli, ambosi. Well, grazie, Professor. We take a short break and we will have some other guests. I guess Professor Romano Romadi from Rome.